The idea for the episode, I think, came from a fever dream from Roland Jones, and he was like, they're headless. And we were like, okay, crazy.
My first thought about having my head skewered on a butcher's slab was f you, Roland Jones, because he made a ridiculous promise to me, you're not gonna get like super bloody again. He lied.
Mark, Summer.
It's your turn.
There's too many prosthetic heads out in the world of me. I hate it.
Both the boys find it disturbing to watch themselves talk back to them.
Burn them now.
I don't know who's got my head or where it is now, but...
Take them out on a Saturday night, right?
And I think you know the specific ways you've done it.
Fuck you.
I've been waiting for this moment. This was very cathartic for me and Armand, because all season we haven't seen Armand and Louis interact.
Motivation.
I acted as a severed head and I acted as a body, and we just switched around and did loads of different passes. It was fun. It's just quite hard to keep your head rigid. Had to like lock myself into the cutout on the table and just like keep my head very still.
Also, we brought her.
Delaney has an all-timer Hall of Fame MVP scream.
Oh, she didn't know.
The butcher scene, it's so icky.
And action.
But filming it was fun, and Armand is, I was gonna swear then, he's a scary, scary man.
Armand!
Oh.
I think the first scream was the most powerful scream because I didn't know it was gonna be an animatronic head.
Delaney needs to be a scream queen yesterday. AMC, Shudder. Look up Delaney Hales. You know her.
In that moment, I think Regina's like, how do I get out alive? Like, Louis, it's too late for you, but how do I make it out?
Paper.
Louis and Armand. It's really beautiful that they get this moment to just like reconcile.
Picture you at 12.
That's the moment Armand
Scared.
finally accepts that
Poor boy.
this is over.
Aaron, you need a love that'll cradle you.
It's a really powerful moment. I hope it does come across. It felt really important when we did it.
I am the chair, the maker.
He's at the long table, which I knew was coming from the very beginning because Roland said the whole season's going to be revolving around this concept of the long table. Where's Claudia?
She said all she needs to say to you is what she said.
Originally it was going to be everyone who is killed, which is kind of where we get to by the very end when he's performing on the stage in the Paris street, which is of no time.
This whole episode is designed to revisit the past and talk to those people
I'm dead.
who have been a huge part of his life.
This is death. My father's ugly table in your shitty tower.
Dying.
And for the first time, he's forced to actually deal with the relationships in his life that he tries to sculpt or change or run away from. So you're all here to judge me.
We are the failure finders.
These people point out to him things about himself that he maybe couldn't see. In some ways, he's gaining an education and he's gaining emotional intelligence about himself.
Cross between a self-absorbed Robert Plant impersonator and an 80s hot dog embalmed with hair gel.
I got to wear that beautiful raspberry suit again, and I love that suit. And it's a comfortable suit. And it makes me feel like Louis in a certain period, like a different Louis to the one we know now.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to his violin playing on this one.
Lestat is coming to terms with the fact that perhaps none of them like him. And that's a very traumatizing experience for him. And realizing that your whole life has been a failure.
I love the soliloquies to a bowling bag. It's kind of crazy and wonderful. You go do what I did with my life. You go knock down those doors. You go get some.
Malloy's pissed off, and he's got the guy's head, and he's like, I'm gonna yell at this thing.
I get to gloat, and then ultimately things change up again.
Hello.
Alex, this is Raglan. He's a watcher. He watches. Once again, Daniel is frustrated.
Do you might want to alter your angle of entry or switch to a ball that reads earlier? How about that one?
If you've read all the Anne Rice, then you know that Raglan James is a very complicated character ultimately.
Alex, I think you should open with Big Boss.
I fantasize having the power that a vampire has, and I can't wait to fight with everybody.
Raglan.
Daniel?
The failed progeny of Magnus.
Unworthy chosen of Akasha.
He keeps getting kicked down, gets back up, keeps getting kicked down, gets back up, and now he's kicked back down on the floor again, and he might not be able to get back up right now.
Failure as a theme, I just think, is a beautiful thing. We should all fail more. If you don't fail, you don't learn.
Pathetic failure!
Even if he listens to all of the failures while they're sitting there eating his soul at the dinner table, he still gets up on the table and said, well done. Good show. Good shit. But that's why you're opening and I'm headlining. The Vampire Lestat. Bonjour, Saint-Germain! I think the overarching whole theme of the whole show and Lestat's journey is his whole life might be a total train wreck, but at least he tried. At least he's trying. For me, the greatest shock of this episode was bringing Paul back into it. And for Paul to be the one that tells Lestat, actually, Louis does love you.
He has a hard time saying it. Got that from our daddy.
Beautiful, beautiful moment with Paul, where Lestat is this person who, however he wants to be self-critical, he also has to be self-loving in some ways, and that really opens his eyes.
You didn't fail because somebody loved you. I thought it was like, whoa, heartbreaking, insane. It's beautiful. A second thought saved them all from my provoked rage.
I think it's really sweet that they just pick up where they left off. As extreme as it all gets, there is actually something very simple about this reunion. And maybe it's because as well they acknowledged a future, so they just pick up again. I think that's beautiful.
At the very end of the season, and it's also the conclusion to the first opening scene in episode 1, where you now discover what our timeline is. You can see that Louis and Armand are injured. Lestat is no longer there. And this is post-Akasha. This is post the destruction of the world. I would say he's very, very responsible for that destruction. I mean, he woke the queen. The fault was mine. All mine.